What's going on, my friend? Welcome back. I'm Daniel with The Balance, and we are talking about how to use words to create the life of our dreams. 3 powerful keys. So, we're talking about this because it seems like not a lot of people really understand how powerful our words are. A big part of the spiritual awakening process is realizing our power as creators, as divine creators. It's similar to how in a dream, whatever we think of, we can create in the dream and it can just appear, especially when lucid dreaming. So right away we're getting into the metaphor of, if you're in a dream and you wake up within the dream, go lucid, you can control the dream and do anything you want. Well, they've said for thousands of years, the mystics, that life is a dream. So what happens when we wake up within the dream of life? And that is what we're doing right now, because life is a dream. And the more we see life as a dream, the more dreamlike it becomes. I got that from my mentor, Aaron Doughty. Badass guy. You should check out him on YouTube if you want to really dive into spiritual awakening. So we're realizing our power as divine creators, and that's a big part of spiritual awakening and connecting to the truth of who and what we really are. So the first key we're going to get into is affirmations. So here, let's talk about the most powerful way to set an affirmation. The trick to it is to speak as if the thing that you want to create is already here, and then combine that with emotion and gratitude. So first, we're just becoming aware of our language in all aspects, the way that we're speaking, and what are we creating with our words. Because our words, as we're having a spiritual awakening, we're realizing our words are really powerful. In fact, they're actually creating our reality. So we're watching our words and we're speaking as if now, intentionally creating our lives. So the most powerful way to do an affirmation is speaking as if we already are what we want to create or be, and then we combine that with an emotional state, with emotion, because when we're in an emotional state, we're accessing our subconscious. So that's the second thing. And then we're combining this with gratitude. Like, I'm so appreciative and stoked. I'm so appreciative for this thing that I am. I'm so appreciative that I am this. And I'll share one of my affirmations that I use every day. I say, I'm so appreciative that I am I'm like I am so appreciative for the divine and physical abundance and prosperity that is coming to me from all directions. So that's an example of this affirmation process. So then another really powerful affirmation trick is to go through a list of gratitude. By the way, the reason gratitude is so powerful is it's one of the very most powerful states, frequency and vibration wise. When we're in a state of gratitude, that's a really high vibrational place, and the higher our vibration, the more easily we manifest. So we're accessing the subconscious using emotion, and that's so important because 90% of our mind is the subconscious, and by changing our subconscious, that's how we really change our lives. We have this 10% conscious mind with which to influence our subconscious mind in order to create meaningful change. So we got that, and we got the gratitude for being in a powerful state of high vibration leading to manifestation. So another powerful trick for manifestation is, and for affirmations, are mixing up things that we already have with things that we want, going back and forth and saying all of them as if they're already true. So like, I'm so appreciative for these things, for this thing that I have, and then next come in with, I'm so appreciative that I have this thing that I want. But when we mix them up together, go back and forth, the universe like just, takes it as if they're all true already now. So that's a really powerful way. Just make a list of things, go back and forth between things you want to create. We'll start with the things that you have already, and then mixing in back and forth with things that you want to create, saying them as if you all have them now. So I like to do this in the shower. I first take a cold shower for like a minute, and this is really impactful because it's discomfort tolerance, building discomfort tolerance, because everything that's meaningful in life is outside of our comfort zone. Like, for example, me filming this video right now, but I'm doing it. So I take this cold shower for 60 seconds, a minute, 60 seconds, 100 seconds. And every 10 seconds, I'm saying, I can handle this as I'm rotating around. So I'm just conditioning this in, like, okay, this is uncomfortable and I can handle it. I got this, to take it to the next level, even like dance around. That's my newest implementation. I'm dancing around as I'm saying I can handle this. Then I'm dancing around, pretending I'm performing for 10 seconds, then rotating. So at the end of that minute, you feel amazing. And then I'm turning it to hot, but it takes like a minute to change to hot. So as I'm waiting for it to turn hot, I'm just like, I'm so appreciative for this delicious hot water. And then I mix in something that I'm working on creating. I'm like, I'm so appreciative for my amazing lifestyle as an artist and producer. I'm so appreciative for my amazing fifth dimensional lifestyle. Fuck it, that's what I really say. Fifth dimensional lifestyle. That's like, as we're going through this evolution of consciousness, the spiritual awakening, we're moving from the third dimension to the fifth dimension. Look up Aaron Doughty to get into that stuff. It's just basically in the fifth dimension, we're in unity consciousness. We're living from the heart, and manifestation happens so much quicker. It's an epic place to be. So that's why I'm using fifth dimension as my my affirmation. I'm creating this. I'm so appreciative for my fifth dimensional lifestyle. I'm getting stoked, and I'm going back and forth with, so grateful for this hot water. So then when the water actually turns hot, it's like I've been through this process of, wow, I worked at affirming and manifesting this, and now it's true. And I brought along these other things as part of the same experiment. So I feel like that's really impacting my consciousness, my subconscious, because these things are really moving forward. So that's another impactful trick. Then another one, we'll do 3 examples, is I've written out this list. Let's write out a list of the things that I'm going to talk for you that you want to create. Write out a list of your ideal vision for your life, like throughout this year. And we're putting this in the present tense. This is vision work. When we have a vision, then we're moving through life intentionally. If we don't have a compelling vision, we can just float sometimes. So it's really important to do vision work semi-regularly, and especially, to have this plan and then vision practice is when we think about our life, our ideal life, in order to make it more real in our minds so we can more clearly move toward it and create it. So the vision work starts with this list. Write out everything you want to create this year as if you've already created it, as if you already have it. I have. And then every morning and every night, just go through that list and say, I am so appreciative that this, as you're just getting amped about it, pumped about it. So those are 3 powerful tips for using words to create our dream life, your dream life, in a powerful way. Second key we're going to move into Dr. Emoto's scientific experiments with rice and with water. If you're not familiar with Dr. Emoto's experiments, he was testing to see the impact of words on water and physical things. So in his first experiments, he just used water. I'm going to talk about his second round of experiments where he's using rice, 3 bowls of rice with some water in them. The first bowl of rice, each day, for 30 days, he says to this first bowl of rice, thank you. To the second bowl of rice, he says, you're stupid. And to this third bowl of rice, he completely ignores it. After 30 days, something amazing happens. The first bowl of rice is looking beautiful. It's fermenting, it's nice and white, producing a pleasant scent. The second bowl of rice that he called stupid for 30 days is black. The third bowl of rice that he completely ignored is black and moldy. So, okay, let's take this in, because this is so impactful. Our words are so impactful with water and with rice, that kind words caused the rice to be thriving, and mean words caused the rice to die. And so here's the connection, is because we are 70% water. We are 70% water. So if words are having that powerful of an impact on this rice and water, think how powerful our self-talk is on ourselves. So that's why another big part of this spiritual awakening process is becoming really conscious of the way we talk to ourselves. These 70,000 thoughts a day, we got to start becoming really aware of what's going on in our mind. And so a couple practices that I've learned from my mentor, Dr. Aziz, who is an amazing confidence and just confidence at a deep level. It's not just about being able to go out and be confident in the world. It's about being able to really feel good about yourself and be at peace, have inner peace. So I really recommend checking out Dr. Aziz if that's any kind of thing you're interested in. So Dr. Emoto. So anyways, the connection is what we say to ourselves is so important, and I know that it's so common for us. I did this so much. I know just tons of people talk badly to themselves, put themselves down, and maybe it's completely unconscious, but a lot of the stuff that we think can be really negative before we evolve our consciousness. So when we talk to ourselves in a kind way, it's like that first bowl of rice, and we create a thriving environment within ourselves, and that's how we're going to achieve this inner peace that leads to a fulfilling experience of life. Like, even if we're externally successful but we don't have inner peace and we don't feel good inside, it doesn't really matter. So the point is to like be at peace and feel good inside, and then it's so much easier to create external abundance from that place anyways. So here are a few things that have been really powerful for me. The first is, like, there's a self-revolution or a self-love revolution happening right now. Super connected to spiritual awakening. It's like, for so long we've been unaware of our relationship with ourselves, but now it's just about accepting ourselves. We can't wait for the world to accept and love us unconditionally. We got to do it for ourselves. And one of the most powerful ways to start is through our words, just telling ourselves, hey, I love you no matter what. I love you no matter what. I accept you no matter what. You want to practice self-love and self-acceptance? Starts with words, because our words are programming us. Just like the rice, if we tell ourselves every day, hey, I love you so much. Like, even if you made a mistake, like, I accept you no matter what. I love you no matter what. We'll work through it. That is just that feels so good, because there are different parts. We all have different parts, and one part is a little kid version of ourselves that's still inside. And so these kind of words are just so nourishing to that little kid inside of us that is just so thirsty, hungry, like so hungry for that unconditional love, so needing that. So it's really powerful practice to give us that self-love that we are so deserving of, and that self-acceptance. I accept you, I love you unconditionally. And then here's another one that I really, really love. This is just something I came up with, and I think you're gonna like it. So how do we speak to ourselves? How do we talk to ourselves? Do you talk to yourself by name? Do you just say you or I? Common, right? Here's what I started playing with. Like, now I use a nickname for myself sometimes when I'm, conscious, when I'm being conscious, and when I need to either motivate myself or help myself if I'm feeling anxiety or depression, like just help myself through it, or just, really as often as I can use this as possible. It's amazing. So what I've been doing is speaking to myself, calling myself king. Like, if I'm overwhelmed about something, just being like, it's okay, king. It's okay. You're good. You can handle this. It's just some anxiety. Something like that, It's like, it's okay, king. You got this. So if you're a girl, queen. If you're a guy, king. We're all kings and queens, as we're all divine beings. So we are all kings and queens, gods and goddesses, and that is what spiritual awakening is all about. Waking up to our divine power. So you well deserve to call yourself that. So try it out. Next time you need some counsel from yourself, it's okay, king. You got this. It feels like I'm talking to the child part of myself who is like a young king. And I'm like the advisor, the parent advisor figure, and I'm like, it's okay, young king. You got this. So that is empowering and super cool. So use that. Try that out. All right. Next, I'm bringing up something from this book called The Four Agreements. Really powerful breakthrough spiritual book about basically turning your life experience from a dream of hell into a dream of heaven. Going off this life of life is a dream theme, how heaven and hell lie in our perception. So what he says, the first chapter of the book, the first agreement is be impeccable with your word. And just to elaborate a little, it's like we are creating our reality through our words. And I kind of see it as words. Our words are like gates. We can open gates with our words. We can close gates with our words. So a way that we open gates is by saying, like, here's my goal. I can do this. I'm doing this. This week I'm doing this. Instead of like saying, this week I want to do this. That's less likely to happen than if we say, this week I'm doing this. We spoke it into existence. We put that vibration out into the physical universe, and it's so much more likely that we're going to do that thing now. Same for, I am this epic thing that I want to be, versus saying, I wish I was this epic thing that I want to be. Because if we say, I am this thing, and I keep taking action toward it, I keep saying it, I will be it. I will be this thing. If I say, I want to be this thing, it's like, it's this roadblock. It closes the gate. If I say, I'm doing this, I am this, that's swinging the gates right open. The universe is like, yep, playing the game. Come right in. So tying back in with the 4 agreements, what he says is words are spells. This is Don McGee's Ruel, something like that. It's Don Miguel Ruiz. Yeah, I got it right the first time. So super, super cool book for taking your power back and changing your life. So what he says is words are spells. And we can bless ourselves, we can bless people, we can curse ourselves and curse others with our words. So like, we've all inevitably received some insults along the way, especially in our earlier years, and those are spells. Like if someone tells you, you're ugly, I'm not saying that to you, because obviously that wouldn't be true. If that has been said to you at a young age, and you believed it, you might be 25 years older and still think that's true, even though 20, 30 people along the way have told you that you're really attractive. The belief is still stuck. Somebody cursed you with a spell. So as we're awakening spiritually, realizing the power of our words, it's about using our words to cast like blessings and cast good spells. Because spiritual awakening is this realization that we are all connected, that we are reflections, we are different versions of the same thing. We are reflections of each other. And what we do to others, we do to ourselves. When we lift others up and help other people, we're helping ourselves and lifting up ourselves. So using the power of our words, using our spells to lift ourselves up and to lift others up. That's what this spiritual revolution is about. All these people waking up and saying, how about instead of fighting with each other, fighting with ourselves, how about we start collaborating? How about we collaborate and actually create like an amazing world, a thriving world that everyone is stoked to be a part of, and use all our amazing talent and resources, creativity to build like a thriving dream world, instead of to like unconsciously attack ourselves and just like fight it out because of this illusion of separation, thinking we're separate from each other and from the planet and from the universe, when really the truth is we're connected to each other and to the planet and to the whole universe, because everything is one thing. The universe is one being, learning and evolving by experiencing itself. That is the most epic thing I learned through my ayahuasca experience, my first ayahuasca experience. I received this vision that the universe is one being, learning and evolving by experiencing itself. And right now is a time of moving from separation, fear, greed, hatred, into a new age of love and thriving as a global community. And this change is coming from the inside, from within society, from all of the people like us who are waking up to the truth of who and what we really are. And as we do so, as we collaborate, we are creating a new reality. And we just entered the age of Aquarius. We're moving out of one age and into a new age. The illusions are crumbling. The old society, the old establishment is sort of ending. The illusions are becoming clear, and we are moving into a new age of love and thriving as a global community. So, to recap, we're going to set a powerful affirmations using a combination of acting as if plus emotion plus gratitude. Second, we are aware of Dr. Emoto's rice experiment and water and rice, and so we realize that we are 70% water, so what we say to ourselves has a really big impact. And so we are embracing self-love and self-acceptance through our words by telling ourselves, I love and accept you no matter what. And then we are calling ourselves as we truly are, king or queen. And third, we are aware now that our words are spells, and we are using the magic of our words to create our future, to open the gates, and to lift up ourselves and lift up each other, so to together co-create an amazing world that everyone is happy to be born into and everyone is happy to live in. Okay, amazing. This is like my 10th time trying to record this. I'm so glad that I actually did it again, because I think this time I added a lot more value, which is my intention. So thank you so much for watching this. Please connect with me on Instagram, Daniel with the Balance, and on Spotify. I make music to help us raise our vibration and have a spiritual awakening. I'm releasing a new song later this month, so if you follow me on there, you'll be one of the first to see it. All right. I'm going to keep making these. That is my promise to you. I have so much that I want to share, and with each video, I'm going to get better at making this concise and adding as much value as possible, because we are awakening and we are creating amazing lives for ourselves and just for the collective. So much love to you, my fellow divine being. I will talk to you soon. Peace.